Welcome to the deep dive. I was thinking today about how amazing it would be to step back in time for a bit and see what people in the past thought our lives would be like,
Mm.
especially like what they thought the 2000s would look like year present. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this deep dive. We're going to look at some old predictions, and I got to tell you, some of them are pretty ingenious, some are downright hilarious, but all of them are definitely thought-provoking.
You hit the nail on the head there. We're basically time travelers here, digging through a historical treasure chest of expectations. And we've got a really cool collection of sources to work with, primarily visual stuff, drawings, and illustrations from the late 1800s through the mid-1900s, postcards, magazine spreads, you name it, even some sneak peeks from those early films. It's a totally unique window into how people back then envisioned the future.
Absolutely. And what's really cool is that we get to explore these visions of what life would be like for you now, decades, even over a century in some cases later. Get ready for some surprises, maybe a few laughs, and hopefully a whole new way of looking at the present. Now, I think a good place to start is around the year 1900 with these amazing postcards from the Hildebrandt Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah. These postcards are amazing. One thing that really jumps out at you is this crazy optimism about personal, freedom of movement, especially in the air. They just imagined a world where everyone could just fly around whenever they wanted.
I know, right? Like popping out for a quick latte 1,000 feet up.
Exactly. And they had all these designs for wearable metal wings, but it wasn't just one type like you see in those old sci-fi flicks. They pictured a whole bunch of different personal flying machines. I think of it like all the makes and models of cars we have today, that kind of variety, but for flying machines.
Okay, I can see myself zipping around in one of those.
Yeah.
That would definitely be sitting in rush hour traffic. Though wouldn't the sky be kind of crowded?
Well, you're right about that. There's this underlying assumption, I think, that whatever tech becomes popular on the ground would naturally move up to the skies. Like, they saw cars becoming a thing for regular folks, and they basically just thought, hey, why not cars in the sky? But as you can probably guess, they might have overlooked a few teeny tiny details, like how do you manage all that air traffic? And what about safety? Imagine a fender bender at 1,000 feet. Yikes.
Yeah, I didn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
But those postcards had some other crazy ideas too, right? Like those walking houses they pictured.
Oh, the walking houses. Those are super interesting. The idea was to have transportable homes mounted on rails, and they'd just cruise along from one city to another. They even talked about moving houses from Kütahya to Istanbul and how it could actually increase the value of the property. Talk about a moving experience, right?
Imagine trying to explain that to your home insurance company. Yeah, my house decided to take a little trip across the country. But it really does make you wonder about the changes they were anticipating. Did they think we'd all become nomads, or was it more about having the freedom